Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody.
Hey,
Welcome back to our live stream. It's been a while.
first time in a long time. Welcome.
First time this
Sana.
month yet. That I
Oh,
think.
damn!
I
It's
know. I think
already.
so. I think so. I don't know.
I think it's already the 17th. So,
Yeah, I guess so.
medyo malala. Yeah,
Uh,
ganun talaga. But hello, Bruce. Hello to the AI and hello, D Prime. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks. Hello, everybody. Jackie,
Our
Bruce,
admin Jackie is also there.
Julian, D Prime.
Yeah,
Hope that you guys are safe and dry.
yeah.
The weather is rough out there. If you were able, if
Dude,
you
it
were,
took me
oh, what
three
was gonna
hours to
say?
get home. 3 hours to get home.
Yeah,
Kailangan but
yeah,
like
yeah,
3 hours from Mandaluyong. Insane. So, hindi
yeah.
nyo kailangan lumabas. Huwag na kayo
I,
lumabas.
I I stayed home for different reasons, specifically to have internet connected. So uh,
Yeah.
it's a good thing that I didn't, because if I had gone to the office like some of my colleagues did, I would have been stuck as of as of right now.
Mm.
Saying hey to J
So,
Cash. What up, J Cash?
hey, what up, J Cash?
Thanks, man, for coming.
So, yeah, first, so ang dami natin pag-uusapan kasi wala nga tayo
Yeah.
last week.
Mm-hmm.
We only had one episode because, life happens.
Yeah, life does
So,
happen.
me and Ro will be here with you guys, breaking down all the things we missed from last week and a little bit of over the weekend and then.
Yep.
Congrats pala to Woo and to FBW and everybody else involved over that weekend. Hindi din ako napunta because of the rain, but I saw it was a lot of fun.
Seems like
Dun
everybody who
sa,
was there enjoyed the show naman. That's the
mm,
goal naman talaga.
yeah.
So if you were there, you had fun. Congrats. I wasn't there for reasons that may be obvious, but hey, uh, we're not one to stop a good show naman. If y'all had fun, that's the most important thing naman.
Mm. If you guys do go out, avoid Mandaluyong, avoid San Juan. Doon ako galing.
Yeah.
Doon malala. Yeah.
Avoid going out
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah. Kung
just
lalabas kayo,
just
just,
avoid going out. Stay
yeah.
home. Don't
Gulo, man. Kagulo. Biglang umulan out of nowhere. So,
even out of nowhere. It's been raining for the past 3 weeks. It's just
I
that
mean, umaraw na ng weekend eh. So, last
umaraw ng
Saturday was
week,
fine.
yeah, umaraw ng
Nung
weekend,
last Saturday was fine, then it only lasted a day and a half. Boom.
yeah, man,
GG.
self control. You know what I mean? Am I
Yeah.
right? Kaya bumoto kayo ng tama.
Yep. Wala pa pala. Akala ko meron.
Okay, almost done. Time to shut up.
Please hear my music and yeet.
My name is Colin Cash Money Cannon.
What do we want to talk about?
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
You're still just a kid. Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Because mommy is always on top.
This is Lola Vice. I love you so much.
They love my Latina heat.
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
You are CM Punk.
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
To say his name.
Say his name and he appears.
Stan C, the voice of Philippine wrestling, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Romoran, the fancy dad, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Chino Diao, Best Gout Machine, San Sebastian College Recoletos, College of St. Benilde, De La Salle University, International Academy of Film and Television.
Emilnate, Small Forward, the Ateneo de Naga University.
Then you're listening.
You're listening.
And you're listening.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
To the Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestling Podcast.
Hola, Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
You're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. Yeah.
You're not watching and listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Ro and Chino back with you once again after a week and a half, I believe, of not having a live stream. We are here. It is raining hard in Manila. It's flooded in a lot of places. If you were able to stay home, buti na lang para sa ating lahat. For those who are not as lucky, I hope that you guys get home safe. Get home as dry as you could. Mahirap.
Mag-vitamin C kayo.
Yeah, maligo agad. Take meds, take vitamins.
Stay warm kasi lumalamig na.
Get dry, yeah.
Yeah, don't get sick, guys. Mahirap na.
Yes, sir. Chino nailed it. And yon. We're back with you on a special Monday live stream. Special because we did not have a live stream on Thursday, or we did not have a recorded episode on Thursday or Friday. So that means we are here to cover everything that has happened, or the most important things that have happened since Raw last week. So medyo mahaba-haba na konti. Marami nangyari across Raw, NXT, SmackDown, Dynamite.
Even New Japan. We have New Japan news.
Wala na ng collision because it's just too much.
Yeah.
I think we should get right to it because saka na tayo mag-sponsor reads or saka na tayo. Sige, do real quick. Please do support the podcast if you would like to help us do what we do. If you enjoy what we do, patreon.com/wrestling podcast, ganknow.com/wrestling2xpod for only $5 or around 300 pesos. That day we used to say it's 250 pesos, but now it's 300 pesos. And kahit saglit lang, kahit 1 month, 2 months, just please help us out. Continue to produce more episodes, to produce more video content on our social media accounts, social media pages, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I know that you guys love hearing these episodes. You like hearing our takes on everything. So we really do need your help because we use the funds from your support, from your subscriptions to pay our producer Jasper, Babyface producer Jasper. Legit yan. So, please do consider patreon.com/wrestling podcast, ganknow.com/wrestling2xpod. Or if you want to sponsor a segment or an episode, if you have sponsorship money, you can hit us up at hello.wrestlingwrestlingpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
We will take requests. If you're a brand, if you are Netflix, if you're WWE even, we'll take it and we'll talk about what you want to talk about. We'll do whatever you want to do. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it and, help you get your brand out there. All right. Sige. Maraming pag-uusapan, so let's get to it. Let's start with Raw last week. The main event of Raw. Solo Sikoa lost to Jey Uso in the main event, and now Jey Uso will deliver Solo to Roman Reigns, and the implication is babalik siya ng bloodline. And do we believe, as we by the time you hear this, if you're not watching the live stream right now, by the time you hear this, Raw will probably have happened already. Solo might have gone back to the bloodline, so that leads that's pretty much Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa, who have initially defied Roman Reigns and now must join the bloodline. I
From the
guess
original MFTs, diba? From
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
original, or New Bloodline, rather.
Yeah, yeah. So I think the question really is it going to happen, especially with how positively people have received Solo Sikoa and his babyface character, his comedic, goofy character. Do you think it's going
Yeah,
to happen?
I don't think so. I think shenanigans are still going to happen. I think LA Knight is going to play a role here. Kung papaano, it's a wait and see moment. Pero I don't think it's going to happen because for Solo to go back would, for me, would mean na parang they dampen his character a little bit. But they go back to the drawing board with Solo, which I don't think they need to do because he's really out there showing his personality here and just showing how good he is on the mic, diba? So for him to go back to the bloodline kind of will diminish all the work that he put out for the past few weeks. He's been doing this, diba? So I think shenanigans happen here.
Right. So you
Kung
think there's a bait?
papaano, yeah, bait and switch.
Yeah.
LA Knight gets involved. I don't know how, but it'll happen.
Yeah. You're right. I think they are obviously, playing up the funny character, the comedic personality ni Solo Sikoa to really consider dampening that by having him return to the bloodline. But at the same time, on the other hand, you also have Jacob Fatu, who did join the bloodline and then become Roman's lackey. So what I think the odds are at least non-zero, diba?
Well,
Yeah.
fair. Pwede pa rin mangyari. I mean, he can still be a lackey and still be funny, pero at the same time, kasi I always think this has War Games implications.
Sure.
All the time, every time the bloodline is involved. Kasi ilang taon na sila sa War Games, diba?
Yeah.
Right? So every time that they have numbers forming around the bloodline in whatever iteration, I can't help but think baka War Games implications to. And they might just be drawing the lines a little clearer now as they build up to Survivor Series.
Yeah. Hopefully, we are actually. You're right. We are actually a couple of months, 3 months away from Survivor Series, and there is enough time to build up to War Games. I do think that, just because Solo lost, it doesn't mean that he doesn't really have to go back to the bloodline, right?
I mean, technically, sinabi lang naman, it was deliver him to the tribal chief,
diba?
diba? Whether he delivers him to rejoin or para parusahan, we still don't know.
Yeah. I do think there will be something happening. There will be a revolt. I think Solo is becoming too popular to really subsume into the bloodline.
Right.
I do think he has this edge over Jacob Fatu, but at the same time, Jacob Fatu was also really popular when he lost to Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a different Solo Sikoa. I think he's earned his way, earned the right to not be sucked back into the Bloodlines lineup,
Yeah.
So here's to hoping that something good happens. By the time you hear this on Spotify or wherever you listen to us on the podcast, something good will have happened. So abang-abang lang tayo dun. All right. And then we have Braun Breaker and Obafemi intensifying their rivalry. So Braun spoke to Paul Heyman backstage. So he couldn't get over the fact that Paul Heyman hasn't said anything. And he thinks that Paul thinks that Obafemi is the future of WWE. So he's a bit hyper fixated on that on the fact that Brock Lesnar named Obafemi. So I actually like this a lot. I feel like it's a real personality that's finally being shaped, being molded for Braun Breaker. Like for the longest time, he was just a guy that was just intense. He was just amped up all the time, and wala siyang ginawa kundi spear people and just pick fights. But now he's actually showing that look at me. I need the validation of
Right.
being considered the future of WWE, and now I'm not getting that from the biggest guy one of the biggest guys who've ever walked here and now was just retired, diba? And I'm not even getting that validation from the man who used to be my advocate, diba? So I like this a lot. Um, I feel like if this continues, Braun is going to end up benefiting the most from this whole thing with Obafemi, because even Obafemi doesn't have much of a personality even right now. Like we all love him, we all think he's great, but at the same time he's just going out here and squashing people.
Yeah, wala pa siyang mahabang match unlike Braun Breaker, di ba? But, I mean, regardless, I think this also works out in both their favors kasi parang si Paul Heyman again playing the role of a jilted lover here. Parang siya yung man in the middle nilang dalawa, di ba? Because of the respect that he has for Oba and the mentee that he had in Braun Breaker. Maganda din yung sinabi ni Paul Heyman dito na if you want me to respect you, show me why, di ba? Parang ganon, like at the end of that promo. So, it's gonna force Braun Breaker because he's so needy at this point of attention and recognition that he might actually do something drastic here, and this might actually lead, which is we all know it's wrestling after all, will lead to a collision between both these guys, and I think that's what they want, the big money match between their future stars here. Diba? I read something online that said they were pinning the future of the WWE on both Breaker and Femi. And if that's true, we have many, many main events featuring these two to await in the future.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I just really like the idea of finally witnessing a personality for Braun Breaker unfold and reveal itself in front of us as we keep watching. Like, I want to see more of that. I want to see who he really is. Like, I want to see him talk about being a Steiner, and do all of that stuff. So I look forward to watching more of these character studies happen every week on Raw. Right. Anything else you want to touch on from Raw? I know you only mentioned these 2 points here, but there's something that we missed.
Iniisip ko pa eh. Wala na din.
Sige. Let's go to NXT. The biggest thing that happened on NXT this week happened at the very end, as always. Zilla Fatu, days after he lost the House of Glory Championship to Amazing Red the weekend before, the Sunday before, he finally debuts for NXT amid all the rumors that have claimed that he was going to do just that. And he interrupts the number 1 contendership match between Cruz Montana and Grayson Waller. So, as always, wala na namang ano. So, right now, we have an NXT championship picture that's become really stacked again. Like, a couple of months after we lost a bunch of guys to the main roster, they were able to refill it quickly. But at the same time, you look at that and see now, okay, all Robert Stone is doing is signing guys and having them come out at the end of the main event. So, what do you think about that trope?
Kyron fake outs. I mean, I guess I get it. I get it because it works, right? Like, yes, it's repetitive after a while, but I get it because it works, right? We were faked out by Zilla, we were faked out by Cruz and by Naraku, diba? So parang, it doesn't just take anybody to be able to do that, because remember when Mason Rook did it, people didn't really know who he was.
Well, he didn't do it at the end of a show.
Sure, fair enough. Pero at the same time, may gravity na kasama yung yung mga ganong moves eh, diba? So you're on the level of the Cruises and the Narakus and the Zillas of the world. Parang doon effective siya eh. But if it's just anybody, then parang magdududa ka na lang who were you, right? Napapaganon ka na lang eh. So I get that.
Yeah, it's funny though, because in kayfabe you look at it and see, but Robert Stone signed this guy. He was on the phone with him, and then he ruined the main event. And now he doesn't have a number one contender.
Right. Right. Well, also that's a problem that he created for himself. I guess it's a good problem because just a couple of weeks ago they had sino ba sila Mason Rook na diba sila Cam
Yeah,
Hendricks
yeah.
trying to be number one contenders for the thing, and clearly people were not buying into that just yet, right? And I get that because they're newer faces. They're pretty much unknown to the larger wrestling world. Whereas if you have somebody with the lineage of Zilla, somebody with the experience of Cruz Montana, di ba? Siyempre, mas mag-cheer yung tao for that. Especially since NXT is where your indie darlings go to first, diba? The people you see on from other companies, they drop by NXT first before they head to the main roster ideally. So may legacy na yung NXT of doing these things and making these big moves.
Yeah, you're right. But okay. I mean, sige. Uh it did do its job of getting the people talking. So I guess we can't really
Right.
fault it. What do you feel about Zilla finally joining NXT?
I mean, I like Zilla. He was also from the same group of the Booker T, sa ROW, right?
Yeah,
Reality of
reality
Wrestling.
wrestling. Yeah.
That's where he got his start, and then he's again all over the Indies. Nakita niyo siya, right? Most recently, House of Glory. So he's been putting in the work, right, right there. Pero at the same time, I also like how for many many years this guy has been actually the number one non WWE Anuwai signee that people wanted to see. Diba? There was Zilla and then there's Lance Anuwai, right? That's one and two na gusto niya makita sa Bloodline. Now, not necessarily saying na diretso na siya ng Bloodline, but I mean, we're talking about Umaga's son here. And Roman and the Usos have been on the record talking about how near and dear Umaga was to them, right? So the fact that they were able to bring Zilla into the fold now, it's only a matter of time bago siya mapunta dun sa situation ito. While he's in NXT, we'll see what he can do. We'll see how far he can go in the time that he has there because we know it won't be for long.
He looked really good in his debut. Like debut meaning to say yung spots sa ginawa niya during that run in. Of course it's going to be different when you put him in an actual match. But I don't think that he's going to fumble whatever he got. It's just that there are also claims of him having attitude problems, ego problems.
Right.
I hope that for his sake, those have been addressed by him. Those have been fixed. And, maayos na siya ngayon. Hopefully he is because he wouldn't have made it to TV, diba? If he wasn't, diba?
I mean, if anything, mas grateful sana siya sa opportunity because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure may kinalaman yung family niya with him getting that job, right? So hopefully, for their sake, sana hindi siya manggulo, right? Because I mean, you're already there. That's where you want to be, right? With your cousins and your uncles doing your thing at the highest level. So sana naman ma-realize niyan before he does anything stupid.
What do you think of people griping about how there's another Anowai or another Fatu who joined the company? Like, diba? Like a lot of people have joked on the roster na ang dami-dami pala nila, but at the same time there's an undercurrent of real sentiments about how the family's just too big and there's just too many of them. Like, ako naman, at the same time, they're not gonna get signed if they weren't good. Like you saw it with Jacob Fatu and you saw it with Zilla, diba? I guess the only misses were some of the Tongans, diba? And they're not even that, that big a part of the family.
Our extended family is it, technically, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see why that would be a problem, but I think at the same time it's only a problem because they're so prominent. Like because Roman Reigns is the main storyline or one of the main storylines right now, it means that everybody in his circle also becomes part of the main storyline. But if, say, Roman Reigns was a mid-carder, hindi naman din itong ganitong kalaking issue eh. Because remember, there was a time where the new bloodline wasn't even doing anything for so long.
Sure.
Diba? They were stuck in the Wyatt feud, right?
Yeah,
Six feud. Pero wala naman nagreklamo dun eh. Diba? Like,
yeah.
they were just there, right? And everything, and when the Usos weren't tagging with Roman Reigns, they were just there too. Diba? So parang hindi siya kasing laking problema as people might expect them to be. I think it's because they're large and they're on top. That's what the problem is. And I think if they are able to distribute, I guess, the attention that the bloodline is receiving to all the other people that also deserve it, all the other mid carders that people clamor for, then I guess there's room for everybody in this poll.
Yeah. Uh, I don't particularly subscribe to the notion that this is a big issue. Like, diba? You mentioned it already. Like, if you're not over, you don't get pushed anyway. Diba?
Yeah.
People will claim to hate the Usos, especially Jay, but when he comes out there, he gets one of the biggest reactions of the night from the live crowd. Diba? So it's really tough to argue against pushing a guy like that. But I do hope that Zilla does well. I hope that NXT gives him the experience that he needs, the confidence that he needs. Bata pa siya eh. I don't doubt that he's gonna go far as long as he keeps his shit together, diba?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to SmackDown. We're almost at half the hour na pala. Grabe. All right. The episode opens with Chelsea Green and Nick Aldis. So Nick Aldis tells Chelsea Green that because of her orbital bone injury, she technically has to vacate her championship.
Yeah.
But after
Chelsea delivers one hell of a promo.
She does. After making her case about she's gone so far, she's fought so hard to become champion after all this time in her career. Nick Aldis has a change of heart and says, "Okay, you are injured, but you will keep the title as long as you defend it, or are able to defend it, get cleared in 30 days."
Right.
So that's a good story beat, actually. Really good way to stoke the emotions, if you will, and make both of them look really, really good. And then Gunther interrupts. Tapos, pati si Chelsea Green na pinagbigyan, ginagano si Chelsea. And Matt Cardona, Chelsea's husband, comes out to defend his wife's honor. And that led to a match where Gunther won.
Yeah, obviously,
yeah.
Diba?
Well, yeah, sure. Did you expect that? I already knew that Chelsea wasn't dropping the championship. I think I read a rumor before the episode, that said that Chelsea wasn't gonna lose the championship because it wasn't the same as Rhea Ripley's injury. But what did you think of the whole thing?
It's pretty zany how Gunther just goes on these random side quests, diba? Nakipagsapakan siya sa commentator, nakipagsapakan siya sa asawa. Diba? It's like if he's not chasing after the title, he's doing all these crazy matches, side matches against people like retired wrestlers, diba? Parang ang gulo eh. Parang he does everything except go after the title, which I guess he's not doing right now. Pero nakakatawa lang na Matt Cardona, of all people, decides to take it to Gunther, right? Kasi I guess asawa siya and all that. It was also pretty funny how they did the promo battle between Gunther and Chelsea Green.
It was pretty good.
Which is pretty good. Yeah, I was very surprised. People don't give enough credit to Chelsea. Michael P.S.K. is included here. Pero at the same time, she's doing great work as a champion. She's definitely putting in the work here. And sana she keeps the title a little bit longer. I don't know the extent of her injury right now, pero sana she doesn't drop the title anytime soon.
It seems it's not that bad. Like, Shepard still hurts because it's a broken bone. But it's something that you can get away by wearing a mask with, diba?
Siguro, yeah, within a certain degree, diba? So baka she just masks it up for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, she has, I guess, a month about to mask it up and
Yeah.
rest and protect the face, the eye.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she'll be just fine. I think they knew what they were doing here, and yes, it's sad. I also wouldn't argue that Chelsea Green is injury prone or anything. It's just it's wrestling. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
Some people get injuries, some people don't. It's really annoying though if you claim or you think that just because you hear about a bunch of injuries happening to a person doesn't means okay, wrestling isn't for them. It's just it happens, diba?
Right.
Everyone knows in the business that it is an accident prone sport. It's not an injury prone person, it's an accident prone sport. Ganun talaga.
No, contact sport siya, diba?
Exactly, diba?
Yeah.
It's like, watching American football and calling players injury prone, but it's physical as hell.
Diba? Or saying like a fighter has a glass jaw. Eh, syempre, nagsasapahan kayo, diba? It comes with the territory. So
Yeah.
I don't discount the fact that Chelsea is tough on her own kasi I've seen her on Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
Diba? I've seen the work that she did over there. I know her work from outside WWE. So parang hindi naman fair para sabihin na baka hindi sa kanya yung para sa kanya yung WWE. It's pretty uncalled for.
Yeah, it's not fair. Syempre, the people saying this are people who
May bias na against
no,
Chelsea.
not just that,
Yeah.
who aren't wrestlers, but who don't know
Okay.
how physical it is and the kind of contact that you have to make using your body.
Yeah.
Yun lang naman. Like Jay White's injured again, so I hear. Diba? I wouldn't call him injury prone either. It's just unlucky. It's just bad luck. Chelsea did say na if she doesn't have bad luck, she'd have no luck at all.
Right.
All right. Okay, let's go to a couple of big championship changes on SmackDown. And one of them is JC Jane winning the Women's United States Championship. So now it's
belts.
Fatal Influence all belts. The prophecy is fulfilled. I don't mind this. It frees up a bunch of stuff for the Women's Championship picture, the top Women's Championship, WWE Women's Championship, especially how Chelsea caused Tiffany to inadvertently get pinned and eat the rolling on card to get pinned.
Yeah, so this opens the door for Tiffany because Chelsea has that time frame here. This opens the door for Tiffany to actually demand a challenge at this point, or to be in the running for a title. Now, as much as we love Tiffany as a face here, I've always thought she was better as a heel. So for her to just use this as an excuse to turn heel, it's actually a good move for me, I think. And I also like how the more established talent get to be a part of the main title picture, and the newer NXT girls get to be in the mid card, diba? Top of the mid card right now is Fatal Influence, diba? And then you have people like Julia, like Blake, all over in the mid card there. So parang maganda din exposure for all the people that SmackDown has in the mid card scene.
Yeah. I don't mind the reset then. I don't mind the reset ng championship scene. I do think JC is better than most people like to give her credit for sure. And I hope that they do a good job of dominating the women's division. Like I think they're doing much better than Jade Cargill's group right now, for sure.
Well, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah, the baddies are just all over the place.
Yeah, the baddies are all over the place.
Naupakan na nga sila ni Charlotte and Tatum and Alexa, right? So, yun ba, Tatum Paxley is also there. So, even if she's part of the 6-woman tag right now, the trios part of SmackDown, she's also got to make her presence felt kahit paano, diba? So, a lot of new talent on SmackDown.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I know. I just really like how Fatal Influence is thriving right now.
Yeah.
Like you would think, okay, some of these girls may be on the chopping block, but at the same time, they did give them a chance to shine, and they're making the most of it right now.
Yeah, I know, dude. All landmark victories, from
Oh,
SummerSlam, from when they got the tag titles to now to even this last one. So
yeah,
very surprising that they gave it to JC right away, but I'm happy that they have it, and this is like the hard reset that the
yeah,
women's division needed.
for sure. Uh, saying hey to Albert, by the way, on the chat. He says, hope you all are safe. I hope you're safe too, Albert.
Yeah.
Malakas talagang ulan all day, all night, even. So hope that you guys are not flooded where you are. Right. Speaking of tag teams and tag team champions, the MFT are your new tag team champions for SmackDown. Dapat lang, di ba? If you are debuting a new team, or at least debuting your father, your legendary
Right.
father, you better win the championship.
Your dad Haku told you to win a championship, diba?
Exactly.
Pag natalo pa kayo, upakan kayo niya.
Yeah, the motherfucking Tongans, right?
Oh.
All right.
So yeah, no, I'm happy that the MFDs won it. No, I'm glad that they got it finally, diba? And they might have a chance to redeem themselves here with this run. All right, because remember the first time wasn't so effective because Solo was still a factor there, but this time around they got a new edge to them, and they're entering a new rivalry with Shinsuke Nakamura and his mystery partner, quote unquote, which we'll get to in a bit.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
diba? So we have this new edge from the Tongans. Let's see where it takes them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's talk about that now. New partner, ticking time bomb, silhouette in the background. I think it's pretty obvious. If you know your New Japan, like
Yeah.
if you follow New Japan outside of WWE, alam niyo na kasi yun eh. Syempre,
Right.
it's a really big if you know you know uh
It's Nox
tease.
Raijin.
I'm pretty sure it's Nox right. I think because the name hasn't come up yet in NXT. Pretty sure that's gonna be him. But yeah, yung mga hindi kilala si Hiromu will be the ones who are wondering who the fuck is this guy. But for everyone
Right.
else, if you know, you know.
Right.
Like all the hints
I
are there,
think they're
ticking time bombs are there.
yeah. I think they were banking on the indie crowd that
Oh, for
still
sure.
watches the IWC crowd that still watches the
Oh
WWE to
yeah.
hype up the appearance, diba? Kasi kaya nila hindi ni-reveal agad because they want the people that know to actually let the people that don't know how big a deal this is, right? So for hopefully by the time Hiromu appears, on whatever name he goes under, hopefully people can actually give him the reception that he deserves.
No,
Diba? Instead of a tepid crowd like mostly happens in the WWE.
that's what I'm actually worried about. Because you're right. They do need those who know to tell those who don't know because Hiromu is pretty much leapfrogging NXT right now. The place where
Oo.
people get familiarized with the indie stars coming in.
But even
to
Shinsuke
WWE.
Nakamura had to go through
Yeah, diba?
NXT.
It's crazy that Shinsuke had to go through NXT. Hiromu doesn't have to go through NXT. So that is going to be insane. I am really afraid that the next crowd of SmackDown, I think it's next week, or this Friday, pala,
Right.
is going to
Won't know who he is or won't
is going to
care.
legit wonder who the hell he is, diba?
Mm.
And that's what you really worry about.
I mean, I hope it doesn't do him a disservice then kasi. Like,
It won't,
cause,
but
'cause-
the perception will be will change then.
right. Yeah, yun nga diba? Parang, I mean, look at Danhausen. Nobody knew who he was when he debuted. Diba? And then now he's the number one merch seller. And I'm not saying Hiromu Takahashi is gonna be that. Kasi magkaiba naman talaga sila ng style. But the man is also very charismatic. So hopefully he's able, if it does happen, hopefully he's able to win over the crowd and the people that watch.
I do think though that I do think that the Danhausen thing was the predictor of how these people are going to be. By these people, I mean those
Right.
who are coming in from the indies or from outside WWE in general are going to be received by the WWE crowd that only knows WWE. So we're gonna have to manage our expectations here and say that expect pretty much that um, no one is
Would
gonna
you
know who Hiromu is.
would you rather that they pass Hiromu through NXT first before making the debut?
If we're talking about people getting familiar with him, then yes.
No.
Yun lang naman yung batayan.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he can, if he wrestles the way he does usually, which is recklessly, and then there's no reason why he can't get over. It's just that
Right.
There's gonna be a lot of who you reactions here.
Right. Right. Well, hopefully, hopefully the presentation it'll really determine how they accept him, diba? So hopefully they nail it on the presentation, they nail it on him and bringing all that he has and knows and he's been doing in New Japan, and hopefully that works out for him in the end, regardless of what the initial reception is.
Yeah. Good luck to Hiromu.
Good luck.
Looking forward to
Your
having
run
him.
as Knox, right?
All right, let's go to Triple A before we go to Dynamite and NJPW. Penta is going to the next round of the World Heavyweight Championship tournament. Remember that the winner of this tournament will go to September 6th show. September 6th Monday Night Raw.
6, yeah.
Sorry, that's the Sunday night pala.
Oh,
September
Mexico City.
14, Raw in Mexico City.
Yeah.
To challenge Roman Reigns for the championship. So Penta cuts a hell of a promo, and then Perros del Mal comes out, and Daga hugs him and invites him to join the group again. What do you think of all this?
Yeah, a great history lesson, first of all, from Daga. About telling us the history Penta has with Perros del Mal. And while I do want to see him, a part of me wants to see him part of the group, parang feeling ko hindi mangyayari. I don't think it's going to happen because this Penta is so different from the Penta that we've come to know from the indies. Hindi na siya evil Penta, quote unquote, for lack of a better term here. So I don't think it's actually going to happen, but it was a nice approach. And if anything, gives Perez Del Mal a new wrinkle in their stable. Kasi if Penta does end up joining, he becomes the ace of the stable. It doesn't become Daga, di ba? But that's not going to work because why bring in Daga in the first place kung nandiyan naman si Penta, right? So Daga and Penta will have to face each other, and it's a good starter feud for Daga in his return to AAA because at least it's again somebody familiar. They have history there, so it's a pretty easy story to tell.
I do think though that in character or in kayfabe rather, Daga doesn't mind that Penta is technically a bigger star than him because all that matters to Daga is that Penta used to be a member of the group and they have ties together as members of the group. So you know naman. Eventually, of course, if ever Penta joins, he's gonna have to contend with the reality that Penta is a huge star, and technically Penta doesn't need to join the group. It's just that it's a family thing, diba? Kasi nandun siya. Diba? But yeah, interesting. I think it's an interesting thing that worked in favor of the group, in favor of Perros del Mal, to legitimize them to the people who are tuning into AAA from WWE, diba? From Raw, from outside Mexico. For those who don't know, bakit big deal yung group, diba?
Right.
Bakit sila? Why are they not just a random group of guys who are basically made up of half NXT
WWE
stars.
guys, no, if anything, AAA does a really good job, not just with Perez Del Mar, but with all the new luchadors or classic luchadors that we see that aren't familiar to American audiences here or world audiences, diba? Kasi very niche itong AAA, diba? It's Lucha Libre, diba? So not everybody's familiar with who these guys are. They do a great job explaining to people why this is important and why it matters and all that.
Yeah. Right. Well, good luck to them. Again, good luck to them. Do you think, though, I feel like Daga or Penta's going to turn down Daga if he hasn't already.
Yeah, I think that's how it ends. I think they turn down and then Daga and Penta feud for a bit before,
Daga cost Penta the match at Mexico City.
Right, exactly. But that could also be a thing, diba? Kasi Emil and I were talking about this last week,
Oh,
right? This whole tournament is essentially Pentas to lose, right? They're not gonna put a new luchador over. They want somebody who can represent Mexico well, and at this point, that's Penta here. So the fact that this is Penta's chance at the big stage against one of their top stars in Roman Reigns, diba? The fact that Daga cost him here, it's actually a good platform for them to kick off this part of their feud.
yeah. Agree. Agree naman. Right, last bit from AAA, a mysterious attacker assaults Psycho Clown. Diba? This was the one from the episode last
Right,
week.
right. Second
The
week he attacked Psycho
second
Clown.
week. So it was the guy from the audience. This is I can't remember his name. Basta
Drake
Giovanni,
Moreau.
yeah, it's Drake Moreau.
Drake
Giovanni,
Moreau, the Bayou guy, Giovanni Roxanne
Roxanne
Perez.
Perez. So yun.
In real life,
Somebody
yeah.
spoiled his identity, but at the same time, it's not like he grew up in Mexico City, diba? As a massive
Right,
luchador.
exactly. Tsaka if you watch LFG, then you're familiar with
Yeah.
how he moves. Eh.
Yeah.
It's very erratic in his movements here. And so, I think it's a good fit for him,
Yeah.
honestly.
I
I
just
like
thought-
how they made him a luchador. Yeah.
I just thought the craziest part was that he attacked what appeared to be a fan last week.
Right.
Was that a fan or a plant? Because he looked he looked pretty fan like to me.
Right.
The guy that he.
Every time I see that, I just assume it's a plant.
Yeah,
Pero,
of course. Siyempre, they wouldn't attack a real fan.
Diba? Lalo na pag WWE. But I like how they gave him the Undertaker gimmick of the lights off. I like how... Kasi alam ko menti din siya ni Undertaker.
Oh,
if I
yeah.
remember correctly.
That makes sense.
Diba? On LFG. So I think that's why Undertaker also put him on AAA because he sees something in the kid that, needs a little polishing, sure. Diba? But he gave him a job here. And then now he's in a storyline with one of the established luchadors in AAA.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck to, again, the third time I'm saying this, good luck to them, to Drake Moreau. Kasi, he will need it. Well, although, AAA has a nice place for NXT guys to hone their skills, performance.
Yeah. No, I mean, a lot of NXT guys drop by, diba? Yung half of Paris Del Mar is NXT.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, it's not a bad place to get your feet wet.
Oh, yeah.
Diba?
Okay, we still have 15 minutes on the show, but we have Dynamite and JPW to talk about. Sige, we're gonna time a break. Diretso na natin.
Okay.
All right. Okay, there was a big segment on Dynamite where Swerve confronted the new Trios champions, Hangman and Brodito, and the demand came out to demand their title shot. And of all the men involved in this segment, only Swerve did not have a Trios partners. Diba? He didn't have partners. So that leaves you two guys who can jump in and join the Trios division. And all sources, or not even sources, but all speculation is pointing to two important wrestlers who had left WWE a few months ago.
Oh.
So are we sure? Are we putting all our money into the fact that it's going to be Austin Creed and Kofi, a.k.a. Kofi Sarkodie Mensah, a.k.a. KSM, to join Swerve and become his
Is that what he's
partners?
going by now?
He did
Is
trademark. He trademarked KSM.
KSM. Oh, interesting.
I like KSM. I like that.
I like
it rolls
KSM
off the
too.
tongue,
At least, yeah, I like KSM too because at least it's not just Kofi. You know what I
Uh.
mean? Like how the guy, like Cope is just Cope, right? Even though he's not just Cope, you know what I mean? I like the idea of them joining AEW. Because both of these guys are still pretty young. They're pretty spry. I think it's still go.
They're in their 40s.
Also, yeah. I mean, see, Xavier was a little younger, pero see, both of them are still pretty good, but at the same time, they also bring a pedigree with them from the New Day, diba? With everything that they've accomplished in the WWE. Now, in the larger picture, I don't know how long this this partnership will actually last, diba? With the New Day or whatever they go by and Swerve, because Swerve really doesn't know how to play well with others, right? He doesn't. Diba, ever since he left Hit Row, hindi naman niya ginawa yung good thing ever, right? Right? So, So, I mean, it would be funny if Hitro actually debuted in AEW, di ba? Kung si AJ Francis yan, tsaka si whatever the other guys, Adonis, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah, Shanti.
it'd be funny if that's who they debuts with instead of
Well, Swerve,
the New
he already
Day.
mentioned it, and they already mentioned it in the segment. Swerve dropped GOA. That's why Ricochet was able to pick them up as his partners.
Right. So nga pala, yeah, he was part of the embassy. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, but mas willing ako maniwala that the New Day are actually AEW bound. Whether they last long in this partnership with Swerve.
I
It's another
actually,
thing.
I actually really like the fact that all these stars are competing in the trios division. Like, yes, let's
Right.
not stash them away without them doing
Yeah.
anything. Let's put them in the trios division and make the trios division mean something. I really
Yeah,
like that.
because I mean you have Hangman there, you have Brodido there, you have Ricochet's also there, even Jay Lethal's there. Right? So these established names are making this division quite significant, diba? Instead of just another title in AEW, and they have a ton.
Yeah, like when you think about it, you don't really need the New Day just yet in the tag team division. Just stick them in the trios division and, watch the sparks fly. Inject some
Kasi,
star
diba,
power.
the tag team division right now also has Copen Cage and the Young Bucks, diba? And FTR if they ever
Yeah.
make a comeback. So parang masyado ng stack doon for the New Day to suddenly jump in. It messes the story up. Why not stick them where they're needed and then have them work there for the few months that they're needed there?
Albert also makes a great point in the chat. New Day was heel when they left, or the last time they were seen in WWE. Diba? Technically, they are
Right.
still the heel New Day.
Right.
And the video aside, the unicorn video aside, there's no reason why you can't still be a heel.
Right.
At the same time, Swerve is essentially a tweener anyway. Like he can do whatever he wants, and whoever's joining him can do whatever they want, and it'll work as long as they do it right.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna debut to a heel New Day. I think even if they want
Well, the
to
heel,
debut,
the manner of the heels in this story.
right, yeah. Kasi the demand are the heels in the story, yes. But I also think the New Day debut and will get such a pop from the people watching just because it's the New Day,
Yeah.
and we all
for
know
sure.
how supposedly how things went down for them, why they left the WWE, diba?
Yeah.
So the fact that they're getting their due, they're getting another shot at wrestling in another company as themselves, parang mas mabigat yun sa akin kesa dun sa consistency ng storyline nila eh.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of tweeners, Kenny Omega saved Will Ospreay from another Don Callis family beatdown. So the Don Callis family inserted themselves again into this business. So no una, it was the Death Riders between Ospreay and Kenny, and now it's a DCF. This is all because Tony Khan won't make either one of the two heels. Diba? Like we already got a tease of Kenny being heelish, but not really pushing through with it. So now he keeps the two baby faces and antagonizing each other, but not really turning heel. And then he inserts another heel, an actual heel, in the story to mess with the whole thing. So with 2 weeks left until All In, I don't think this is working. I don't think that this is delivering the drama that they need for this big match, for Ospreay's big moment.
Right. Yeah. If Osprey is to be set up here, but I get what they're trying to do here. I think they're trying to make Will look like an underdog here against.
And they're also
Kenny
making
Omega.
Kenny look like the good guy because they like Kenny being the good guy.
Right. Diba? Pero parang at the same time, it's not as effective a delivery. Especially if you want Osprey to take the title off of Kenny Omega here. Because, diba, dapat kawawa talaga siya eh. Diba?
Yeah,
para maniwala ka may shot siya. Right? But at this point, it's not there yet. It's pretty half-assed in terms of delivery here. So I don't know if it'll have that same pop that we're expecting it to have, because they keep doing these side missions here. Like the week later, the next week, rather, Kenny's gonna do a 6-man with the Bucks.
Yeah,
diba?
right.
Wala namang kinalaman sa main storyline, but then apparently it's a thing that happens now. So wala muna si Will Ospreay for this week, guys. which is it's a weird way to tell a story, but okay.
No, yeah,
you
I
know?
agree. I now that we've seen it unfold over a couple of weeks, I would have just rather that they kept Kenny be the hurt and bitter guy that attacked Will with a one-winged angel in Redemption at the end of Redemption.
Right.
But like that in that moment that was intriguing, and now they kind of took away the intriguing part, the
Yeah, they
compelling
did
part of
really
that whole
build
thing.
off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did really build off
So
of
I
that
wanted to like
drama.
it, but I don't feel it, Mr. Krabs, because I'll give it to Emil. Emil is right in saying that we don't really need the Don Callis family in the story unless, diba, unless Kenny Omega is going back to Don Callis.
I mean, if that's how it ends, then interesting. But we don't see it happening because they already have a 6-man next week with the Bucks. So parang instead of telling the story straightforward, ang dami niya pang pasikot-sikot
Yeah.
that's not necessary.
And with 2 weeks left, 2 episodes of Dynamite left, and I guess 2 episodes of Collision left. I don't know if they're gonna stick that landing in time because that's a lot of things to tell over 2 weeks. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough time to tell it. Speaking of the Young Bucks, you mentioned the Young Bucks. So yun nga, nasali sila sa laban, and now Cope and Cage have confronted them for taking that match.
Right. Yeah, so Cope and Cage calling them out, saying that they are exactly that, young bucks, diba? Parang hindi sila nagpo-focus
Yeah, yeah.
and they can't be trusted and all that. And I like the drama that they're trying to build here, but then at the same time, because I think Kenny joining the Bucks again for reforming the Elite for one night only affects the Bucks more than it does Kenny. You know, mas
Sure.
magbe-benefit pa yung Bucks kasi si
Sure.
kay Kenny, right? Because Kenny still has to worry about Will Ospreay here.
Yeah.
The Bucks just have to tag once, right? And then they can go back to doing business as usual here with Cope and Christian. So parang it doesn't benefit the Osprey story as much as you think it might, but at the same time, you know, you want to see Cope and Cage and the Bucks because it's this marquee matchup that we've all been waiting for. Diba? Two legendary tag teams mixing it up, right? Whether they actually stick the landing with this one, again, still up in the air as well.
Well, easier too. Kasi at least it's already a
fair,
thing
yeah.
they've been building. You know, it's a tag
Yeah.
team thing then. And if anything, at least I know that Cope and Cage know how to tell a story and know how to milk that drama.
Exactly.
All right. Last thing, MJF is still calling himself champion. He's pretty much redoing the whole CM Punk real champion thing, real world champion thing, and now he's the number 2 in the Casino Battle Royal. So that means he has a big shot at ending the match early before everyone else comes down.
So he can take the pin, diba,
yeah,
before
he can make the pin, yeah, and win the championship match.
Right.
Like I don't think it's really heading anywhere. I think that the MJF thing is a distraction until All In is over. Diba? Like if he's back already from his latest movie that he's shooting,
right,
then more power to him.
Isn't he also working hurt? Right? That's supposed to be the rumor, right?
But he's working, so there's that. Alam mo naman siya, pinipilit pa rin niya.
Right. So yeah, I guess well, again, this is one of those wait and see things. If it actually leads to somewhere significant, then we'll talk about it. But you know, till then we can only take it at face value.
Yeah. All right, that's it for AEW. Let's go really quickly to NJPW. The G1 Climax ended yesterday. The G1 Climax 36. Congratulations to TMDK's Ryohei Oiwa, the youngest, or the fastest rather, to win the G1 Climax since their official NJPW main roster debut. That stat is care of NJPW mismo. So that's huge, huh? Like pushing a kid to the G1 to a G1 victory right away is a big thing. Like not even Okada did that. He had to go to TNA and all that before he ever made it big.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you how much confidence they're putting in Oiwa. And he's legitimate. He's legit good. I haven't personally seen the match yet. I will get to that later tonight. But
I actually saw it.
Oh, What do you think?
I actually saw it. I mean, my standard's pretty good.
Sure.
You know, pretty solid. Pretty solid. I was not familiar with Ryohei Oiwa before this match, but somebody told me to watch it, so I did. Pretty entertaining. Pretty good matchup.
Yes.
So, congrats to Oiwa for doing something historic here and just really showing why he was chosen to win.
And not just that, TMDK yan. So bata ni Zach, bata ni Robbie.
So
there is a substantial chance that not just Pinoy, but he could come over here when the circumstances are right. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? He has a unique look. The way he wrestles,
he's huge.
So you know what? If he does come over, I'm all over it. You know, I'm definitely going big there.
Yeah. Okay. And then we have, syempre, the biggest news. Jeff Cobb. Kuya Jeff has returned to NJPW. That means he's closer to home again. That means the chance is higher once again that you can see him back in Manila.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't matter which company. But the chances are he'll be back sooner than later. Diba? Like, with
meeting people in our shores, hopefully. Diba?
So
very surprising to see him back. Yeah, very. I don't know if there were reports. No, I didn't know there were reports. Diba? Pero yeah, the fact that he made it back to Japan, which is where he deserved to be in the first place, is pretty good. A pretty huge deal. I was just surprised na doon siya ulit kasi I saw something where he got surgery for something. So kala ko he was taking.
Yeah, he had a growth removed. It looked like a bit of a tumor. Hindi naman tumor, pero it didn't seem malignant.
Yeah. So I was shocked now he was already back eating people there. But good, always good to see Jeff Cobb in any ring, diba? So lucky to have him back where he belongs. And hopefully we get to see him in our shores sometime soon.
Yeah. I hope that, he comes home sooner or later. I know that he's been raring to go back then. It doesn't matter which company brings him here. What matters is he comes home to see the Filipino fans, and sana magdala din siya ng mga kasama niya, ng mga fellow Pinoys from NJPW.
New Japan guys. Yeah, definitely bring some New Japan guys over. Diba? Dami na nila.
Robbie wants to come home. Jesus.
Robbie wants to come back.
Robbie hasn't been back
Jeff
here
Cobb.
since 2023, I believe. Something like thereabouts. 24.
Tagal-tagal na.
Yeah.
Tagal-tagal na. So yeah, definitely everybody's welcome.
Yeah.
Dito sa Philippine wrestling.
Last bit, Shun Skywalker debuted in NJPW. He came from Dragon Gate and he joined the House of Torture. I actually had a bit of intel on this. Di ko lang report, but people are kind of surprised and shocked that he joined the House of Torture. They made him a gimp. He's usually this cool masked wrestler, and then his new House of Torture digs or threads are weird and gimpy. So
in line with the House of Torture, though.
Yeah, but it's weird. But he's great, so I think it's a matter of time until he breaks through and ascends into another level. Maybe still with House of Torture, maybe not. We'll see. Because right now the whole Jake Lee thing with the United Empire isn't really working out personally.
Right.
All right, that is it for our special Monday live stream. We got all of it in an hour. Before we get out of here, Chino, do you have any plugs?
Yes, I am doing a bunch of guestings on random podcasts. You'll see me on future episodes of Lady Bosses, of Macho Chismisan, of Intellectual Wal, and of the Cool Pals. All that so I can promote my very new, very first time in 3 years, 1 hour special happening September 12 at the Cool Pals Bar in Century Park Hotel, Manila. It's called The Heavy by Chino Liao. It'll feature me and a couple of other openers. Tickets are out right now, available at comedymanila.ph. And if you want, you can also purchase this brand new Chino Liao clicker with my face on it. Kasi lagi ako sinasabihan na nakakagigil yung mukha ko. So yan, pwede nang paggigilan non-stop.
3D printed ba yan?
3D printed clickers available for the show only. So,
pagawa rin tayo ng sa atin for the podcast.
Yeah, if you want, pwede. I got the connects.
Yeah, let's do it.
Shout out to Triniling 3D printing.
I fucking love clickers.
Yeah, so then we'll work on the clickers on the side. Pero the show is happening September 12 at the Cool Pals Bar. It's called Heavy. It's my 1 hour special. Hopefully you guys can check it out because after that I will be headed to Trumpland for a bit. So
Hey.
before all that happens, honey, you can come to my show. Tickets available at comedymanila.ph.
All right. Puso Wrestling Wild Heart is happening 2 weeks from Sunday. So it's going to be at Godsaw Studios at Eastwood, a brand new venue for us. It's going to be an intimate mat wrestling event as well. Go check that out. Tickets are available for, I believe, 700 pesos, 699. Sobrang mura-mura. PusoWrestling.helixpay.ph. Go check that out. Chino, punta ka before you leave.
Yeah.
Tagal pa naman, diba? So, we'll be there. I'm not booked on the show, but it's going to be a whole fun afternoon. It's going to be in the afternoon. A fun afternoon of mat wrestling.
I like the mat wrestling ring,
Yeah.
man. I don't know if I told you guys.
Oh,
I like the
thank you. It's been really working out well. So, if you've been to, Baha Gaijin and some of the other mat wrestling shows that we do in the bar,
Wu used to do mat wrestling as well.
I can't remember, but yeah, mat wrestling is a whole different kind of fun. You still get hard hitting wrestling action. It's just walang ropes and walang ring. So walang top rope shot, top rope moves and stuff. But it's a lot of fun. Mat wrestling's a lot of fun. So go check that out. PusoWrestling.helixpay.ph. Go watch it. Go block off September 6th. All right. Thank you to Babyface producer Jasper for always making us sound great, for putting out the episodes on audio and video on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to continue the conversation, it's at Wrestling2X Pod on Twitter, Blue Sky, and sorry, right? TikTok, yes, all right, that's right. At Wrestling Podcast on Facebook, Threads, and Instagram. For Chino, it's at Chino Supersize. For Stan, at _Stan C. At EML _Meister for Emil. At Monday Night Rowan for Rowan. For myself, it's at Shang.Daddy on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. At Roazwar on Twitter and Blue Sky. Right, until Thursday. I'll see you guys there. Please stay safe, stay dry, stay home. Please stay home. Huwag na kayo lumabas habang umuulan na malakas.
Yeah,
Baha.
Vitamins kayo.
Yeah, stay dry, stay warm. Yeah. And please don't be a dick. Wrestling Podcast out. Later. Peace.